What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video on the Minimap channel. Today we're going to talk about how to make your own custom track. Here we got the requirements for the current video. We got KMPExpander, which we'll leave all the links for these in the description. We got Blender, we got EveryFileExplorer, and we got CTR Studio. So CTR Studio, EveryFileExplorer, KMPExpander, and Blender. So once you have all of these, you don't need the internet browser no longer. Except for something like with the naming and stuff, but we'll go over that sometime later. So let's first find the track that we want to port, because I already have some files here. Simple circuit. Let's do this one. First of all, let's open Blender. Let's open that up. Then we're just going to delete everything by just clicking and pressing delete. Now we're going to import our DAE. I think it's DAE because it's the file name for it. It might be different for you if you have like the another track or whatever. Just make sure you have a track with either object, FBX, or DAE. Alright, let me zoom out. Alright, here we got our course. Looks a little weird right now, but that's because the texture mapping has not been set correctly and there's no water in here because I didn't like import the second model. I could do that, but I just want to show you how to make a track with like basic things. I don't know how to make the custom animations for this, but luckily we can just go over making a basic track. So let's say you don't have water in it, or it's like the water's part of the model. You could probably steal the material from a base custom track to import that here. So here we have the custom track. As you can see, it's inside of a box. It's from Street Pass Kart Racing. And for this, I'm going to probably use Mario Circuit 1 or 2. I think it's going to be 1. You also need the Mario Kart 7 ROM-FS so you can, you know, extract the track files and stuff like that. So let's get that real quick. Mario Circuit, let's see, where is it? This is divide. I don't know what that means. Mario Circuit. I think it might be this one. Just need to look for the right file. Yeah, it might be this one right here. Mario Circuit. So let's get the BCMDL. Look for the BCMDL. So it should be this one then. And hit export. First right click and then hit export. Save it somewhere wherever you want. I'll just like save it in the same directory as the original track as I am gonna port it over. Should stay the same, but let's see if I got the right track in the first place, because I've never seen this divide thing. Yep, that's the correct track that I was talking about. As you can see, this is Mario Circuit. We're gonna put it over this, right? We could actually, hold on, we need to do this first. We should close this. So now you have your track in CTR Studio. If you, by the way, go here and right click on the BCMDL and hit open with, and then find the exe of CTR Studio, it will by default open this with CTR Studio. So here we have our track in CTR Studio. Now you're gonna open up this little thingy here, the name of your track, models, whatever not, materials, whatnot. But you'll need the models, just to be fair. That's all you need from here. God, I can't speak. As always with these videos, I just can't speak. Just right click and hit export. Then export as a DAE, that's no problem. Put that right here. And now we're going to go back to Blender and hit import DAE. And then we're going to import the other track. And you might be wondering why. Well, I'll tell you this. We're going to upscale this track so it's like accurate or like possible to drive on it, because it's still small compared to the rest of this track. Because this is the average size of the track in Mario Kart 7, right? Right? So we're going to use this track to upscale it. So we're going to hit Control I to invert our selection. And then we're going to just press this tool to upscale it. And hold, click and hold on our little white circle here, and just drag your mouse to extend it. Now we're just going to see if the road is kind of a similar size. So let's see. How is that compared? Let's see, real quick. I don't know, that might even be too big. Let me compare. I think it should be fine. This should be totally fine. I'm gonna hit Control I again to invert our selection and just delete it. Oh, we just deleted half the thing. Let's not do that. We're just gonna have to delete the entirety of this Mario circuit here. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Alright. To do this quickly, you're just gonna find this armature, and then just hold Shift and delete everything. But since this is the track here, we're not gonna do that with this one. So we're gonna have to try and find the other one. So this is all the other stuff. So click on one material and hit hold enter, not enter, Shift, and click the first one or the last one depending on where you started, and then hit delete on your keyboard, and now everything will be gone. Yeah, here we go. We got the track in its own, and it's upscaled. So we're gonna have to do something for this track, because if your track has a roof or something that obstructs the top view of this track, we're gonna go into edit mode, and we're gonna have to remove this roof, because you're gonna be in need to see the top of your track in order to actually see it in the KMP editor, right? So the way I'm doing this is you just select the model and hit tab or go up here and press edit mode, and you just drag your mouse over whatever you want, then hold Shift and drag over something else to add to your selection, and hit Control and drag over something to remove something from your selection. So we're gonna do this until we have our entire roof selected. Let me just do that. By the way, if your track does not have a roof, you don't need to do this, by the way. I just want to make sure that I have this deleted so I can see something on the track before I start working on it with the KMP. If your track does not have anything obstructing the top view, then make sure you're just ignoring this part, because, well, yeah, you're not going to need it right now. But staying around to learn is always good, so you know, if you're porting a track with a roof, you know what to do. Alright, let me get this finished. Roof selected. It doesn't matter if I made a couple mistakes like this one here. I just will remove the roof, and the lights right here, I'll just remove these as well. Yeah, and let's hit edit mode for that as well. We're just basically just getting rid of the roof right now, because we don't need it right now. Alright, once you've removed the roof, if you had one, you're just, yeah, it looks a little glitched out, but that's just a Blender moment. Yeah, you're just gonna go File, Export as wavefont.obj, right? And then you're gonna export it to wherever you want, somewhere that you can find it, preferably. And then I'm just gonna call it no roof, untitled underscore no roof, because I removed the roof on it. I'm just gonna use one to make the KMP for it. I'll explain to you what the KMP is in a second. So we're gonna hit Control Z to add the roof back. There we go, we have it back. And now we're gonna export it as an OBJ again and call it untitled roof. And then we export it here as well, right? So now that we have that, we're first going to make the KMP, and how you do that is with a KMP editor. So let me open up my KMP editor. Where is that? Mod Vault, KMP. Alright, open up KMPExpander. So where will you find this KMP? I needed you to install EveryFileExplorer, like I said. Now, you open the track file from the ROM-FS inside of EveryFileExplorer. You're going to see this like little cone icon. Click it. Then right-click it, hit export, and save it where you can find it. Now, I got it. Let's see. Simple circuit. Alright, we got it right here. Let's minimize this. You're just going to drag and drop or file open the KMP in here. Well, this is going to be the most complex part of the entire tutorial. So you're just going to see all these check marks, and those are not really important. Just unclick them all right now. Here we go. And now we're going to go into Tools, Object Manager, Load Object, and now we're going to find the one with no roof. No roof. Boom. Oops, that is the wrong one. I was editing a track from yesterday. Oopsie daisy. Let's find our track. No roof. There we go. Now you can see our entire track. Boom. Just check the first one called enemy routes. Is there no enemy routes in here? That's weird. Normally when you open this up, there's gonna be like a couple enemy routes, which is like the routes that the AI will take in this map. Well, just make one, right click in and press add new group. Alright, so now you're gonna click the group 00. First of all, we're going to go in here to enemy group, and we're going to set these to 0 and the previous also to 0. You want to make sure that this is enabled. Next and previous is both set to 0. This means that it will always loop back to the first point that you set, right? Alright, now let's get our first point going. I think we need it to go that way, so we place it right here. Alright, so you see I just created a dot. Let me explain to you how you do this, right? So you click on this little icon here, and then right click or left click on the map, but I just prefer doing right click so you can just use your left mouse button to, yeah, you know, move your camera so you can see stuff a little bit better. So we're gonna go around our entire track, just like this, placing enemy routes. And if it looks like this, just like looping back, don't worry, that's how it's supposed to work. The last point will always go back to the first point. So we're just gonna go around and place these enemy routes. I'll see you when you're done. Alright, there we go. We placed our enemy routes. This is how the AI will drive now. For this tutorial, I'll just place it kind of rough, so, you know, I can make like a kind of a bit of, you know, exceptions and, like, I don't know, just make a rough, like, version of how I want it. You can move them if you click on them and just move them around with your mouse. There you go. Now we can uncheck this, and with item routes, there's the same thing. There should be a whole bunch of groups in here. Delete all of them by right-clicking and then removing the group. But go back to item group, this group right here, and set next and previous both to 0. Again, to make the loop again, to always point it back to the first point. Alright, so remember what I said with pressing this icon, and then right-clicking on our map, and now we're just going to make this, this enemy route, the item route. There we go. Now we set our item routes, so the blue shell, the bullet bill, and red shell, whatever uses like computer movement to move around. We all got their routes set. It's right here, so we can uncheck these as well. If your track has glider points, I don't know how those work yet. Like it's kind of difficult to do because I tried to do Amsterdam Drift and that didn't go really well. But you can just set a basic glider route. If it's like just a simple jump onto the ground, you could just press this. Sorry, damn, I really broke accent there. Just right click and add a group, and just place like 3 dots, starting at the glider ramp, and then ending at the place that you want them to land, and then just uncheck it as well. And you don't need to loop that thing, by the way, so you don't need to set this 0, 0, because you don't need to loop these. So yeah, make sure you do that. Now we're going to go into checkpoints. There's also going to be a bunch of checkpoints, but there's only going to be one group, and this is going to have all of them. So make sure that you click into group 0, click onto the first checkpoint, and just hit the minus a bunch of times, alright? We're also going to set this one to 0, 0, so it always loops back to the first point, right? There we go. And now we're just going to continue placing our checkpoints, but it's not like the previous enemy and item routes, or even the glider routes. You want to start on the side of the track, and just keep going, like so. If you didn't place them on the correct side, that's totally fine. I don't even think I put them on the correct side, but that's totally fine. We can just switch them around in a sec. You'll see what I mean. So let me just get around the track for a bit, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Alright, there we go. We got it. Now what you want to do is turn this off. Make sure it's always off when you're going to do something. And move this across the track, so it's always like on the opposite side. Right? So you're just going to click it and drag and drop it on the opposite side. Always start with the finish line, as I like to do that. And then go to the key, double click that, and just remove this. And press 0, and then enter. This will mark it as the start line, as you can see. Alright, so we're just gonna do this for every single one of them, and then I'll see you when I'm done. Also, another quick point, make sure you put these boundaries outside of the track, because if you hit these points even on the track, you will be respawned. Another point to take note of, we place these points inside of the track so we can put the stuff in the other side, right? So the other dot is connected to the outside, because if we put it the other way, this will become a death barrier. So if you drive here, you'll just infinitely respawn. You cannot pass. So if you see this and there's no red, you're good to go. But if you see this, you have to switch them around like this. So you move this one over here and you move that one over there. You have to do that for all of them then. But since I didn't have that, we go and do this, right? Alright, we are done with the not enemy routes, checkpoints. As you can see, it's just like formed around the track. Yeah, there we go, we got that. So now we can just turn that off. And now we have respawn points, which will also, like the checkpoints, only have one group. Hold on. Or it won't have any groups. That's funny. Alright, so we need to add it like this. Actually, yeah, you could add it like that, or you could just do this and place a bunch of them down. But before we do any of this, we turn these checkpoints on again, because we want to make sure that our respawn points are like divided equally. Also, let's make sure this is a little bit more inside of the track. I like to position my things a little more precise. Whatever. Let's go to our respawn points. And let me just start placing these down. You can place them down however you want. Just make sure you balance it out a bit. Here, here, here. Just gonna place one in between every point, so you can just respawn in a good place wherever you fall off, right? So every checkpoint has like its own checkpoint, right? Alright, there we go. I'm done with mine. So you might be thinking that you're done with the respawn points, but you're not. You see this Y rotation here? Double click that, and just start messing around with the Y rotation until these things start like going the way you want. So it's gonna take a while because it's different for everybody, and you have to figure out how, you know, it fits with your track. I do think that everyone knows like how many degrees some turns are, and if you don't worry, you can just start messing around and start entering like different numbers and see what it brings you. This one's too short, so I'll see you guys when that is done. Just make sure that this is always pointing the direction you're supposed to go with the race, because this black little stripe right here is pointing at the way that you're respawning. So if you need to go this way on a track and your little sticky thing here, the stick thing, is pointing the other way, you're gonna spawn backwards, right? So we don't want that. We always want to make sure our player is spawned facing the right way. Alright, so let me see when I'm done with this, and then I'll start explaining the rest. Alright, so now that we're done placing our respawn points and rotating them in the correct direction, we need to make sure that every single one of these checkpoints has its respawn point connected to it. Let's make sure that everything is set correctly, so you can click on some of them, make sure that they're set. So 0, always the first one is 0. You start with 0 from counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's one up here, so yeah. So it's fine now. This one was 0 right here. Alright, there we go. We're gonna also set key checkpoints. You do this by going to your key here, double clicking it, and then the first one is always 1. And we're gonna set a second key checkpoint wherever you want, right? To prevent from ultra shortcuts and stuff. I'm gonna set this one here. Just take the key, start from 1. So basically you take the first one, you double click it, you enter 1, and then on the second checkpoint you click 2, right? And on the third one you click 3, and on this one, like the last one, you click 4 or 5. Yeah, right. So you just have to like count with the key, right? So now that we've set key checkpoints, we also need to make sure that everything is set. So we set this to 0, right? Respawn ID. Respawn ID is which we're working with right now. We're telling the game what checkpoint respawns you where. And I think I should have just set one here as well. I could just do this with putting one here. So if you want to replace one after you're already done, you could just click the one that is right before the place that you want it, and click here. Boom. It's just gonna auto number the rest to whatever you want, right? So 2, 3, right? And also make sure to set the the direction correctly. That is the wrong way. -90. Alright, there we go. So this one's automatically 0 because we start at 0, right? And this one's also -90 because it's a straight line, right? So this one's 0. This one is 1 because it passed one of these, right? Respawn ID 1. Always double click to edit these values, by the way. Then the next one is 2, which is this one right here. 3, 4. What I'm doing is basically just telling these checkpoints of what number of respawn checkpoint they need to respawn the player at. And currently, I'm just putting every single one of them in the correct one. I'm just explaining y'all how to do this. So this checkpoint is connected to this respawn ID, right? This respawn ID, which is what we're entering in there, right? So I'll see y'all when this is done. If any questions, just put it in the comments or make sure to join the Discord server. Also linked in the description. So I'll see y'all when this is done. Alright, we are done with setting every respawn point to a respawn ID. Alright, so the checkpoint now, every checkpoint now has a respawn ID responsible for them, right? There we go. Everything is done so far. So now that we have everything here, you're done with these checkpoints and enemy routes and stuff like that. So now we're going to uncheck the respawn points and we're going to enable objects. Now there's going to be a bunch of objects from the old track, but don't worry about any of that. I do wonder why there's so, like, few. Oh yeah, there's definitely only a few here. Yeah, you basically want to remove everything but the skybox and the starting grid. I don't know why I have nothing here. I think this is not supposed to be a custom track. We're just gonna add a starting grid. Hold on. I'm gonna have to add my own starting grid. Start. Here we go, starting grid. Alright, so I've got my own starting grid here. And I'm gonna place this on the starting point, of course. These, I mean the starting line, right? And then when you've placed it there, hit the right mouse button to reset its Y position to make sure it corrects your location on the map. And since I also do not have a skybox, I have to add one as well. I don't know what I did here. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just take a random skybox, alright? And this skybox is gonna be wherever it wants, right? So we're just gonna do that right there, whatever. It's right there. Yeah, there. You don't have to right-click this, by the way. Just leave it at its default position. I'm probably messing this up with the skybox because I probably took the wrong track. Oh my god, I already messed up this shit. Yeah, just... Alright, so I had some, like, technical complication with the track. I didn't know what I was doing here. I don't know, why, because, like, there was this weird file in there, divide or something, like, Mario Circuit _ divide. I think it's from, like, the, like, whatever, the, like, title screen or whatever, so basically that is basically useless, so don't use that divide track. But I still want to explain to y'all how this works, right? So just don't touch the starting line. We're just gonna do the starting line again. Don't remove the starting line. Just remove everything else but the starting line and the skybox. Don't remove any of that, because if you do, it's gonna be very annoying to place that back, especially the skybox. So you're just gonna place your starting line, right, on the track, and then add a skybox. Alright, don't add a skybox. God dang it, what am I saying? Just hold on, give me a sec to fix this. Alright. So we have a starting grid and a skybox just to show you all. And the first, so what you are gonna want to do is press this little plus button. If you're adding like another skybox or another starting grid, that's fine. Just double press this, and you go up here called Object ID, and then you remove all this and type 0005, and then it's gonna say coin, right? And just like before, we're just gonna click wherever we want coins. So let's say I want coins here, coins here, coins here, coin there, coin there, coin there, coin there, coin there, coin there, coin there. All right. So once you're done just placing your coins, like it just works the same like the checkpoints. You just right click everywhere you want the coins to be. All right. So then we hit the plus button. Double click this again on the object type. And then we're gonna, instead of 5, just say 4. And also just press OK, and do not hit enter because it just does nothing. It's annoying. So just press the 4 and then, yeah, whatever, just press OK. So we're just gonna place a bunch of item boxes because I'm just using an example. I screwed up on this track because I used like the wrong file for this. But luckily I have an example of a track that I made yesterday to make a successful one. So just place the ones on the track, of course, wherever you want them. Yeah, so that's how you like basically place the item boxes and the coins. So at this point you're basically done, right? So what you're going to do is hit save KMP, right? All right. Now you're going to go back to your little file here with the track inside. Hold on. We're just going to find our track back. I messed up by closing that. Dang it. Just open your course, whatever. I'm just gonna open this one again because you just need to see whatever I'm doing. So here we have our KMP. Right click, replace, and then place the KMP that you just edited inside. And there you go, that's done. You have this inside now. And now we're gonna do the KCL of the track. So press this and export the KCL as well. So boom. And now that you exported this, press File, New from File, Mario Kart plugin, Mario Kart 7 collision. And then we're going to take the one with the roof because this is just a material edit. Alright, so you will need to have Blender open to see what is what, because the materials will really matter with what you're doing. So I'm just gonna re-import the track real quick. Should have just told y'all to do this. I'm kind of stupid, so yeah, my bad. I'm just gonna import this as well. But if you have the DAE or the FBX of the track, it should just show you the individual materials. It's fine. It's not too hard to open. Should be fine. So yeah, here's going to be every single individual material of the track. So you just open this up real quick and then just go back to here. Alright, so we have this B effect. What is this? B effect. We just need to look for the right material. So let's just click this red dot here to show what material is being used by what object. Let's see. Let's say we take this, let's take the bush, right? Because I found this material from the bush here. Let's say we want the bush to be like an out of bounds area, right? We click this little area here. We said it's a solid out of bounds because it's a solid object, but it's still out of bounds, right? The goal line is just road. These are lanes A and B. These are for these, right? So you just want to make sure that whatever is set here, right? So you just want to make sure that is, of course, it's like your road or whatever. Yeah, this is basically to set your collision. I don't think I need to explain much about it. Except for maybe like if you want exactly things, you know, like trickable, sticky, a cannon maybe, or pushback, right? And also you can have, if you want a road, you can set it to smooth, wood, metal grid, metal, normal gravel, sand, you know? So just edit this however you want. You need to make sure you find the correct one, like this lane A. Yeah, we want this to be just road. And yeah, if you see something that you want to be a wall, so we're gonna look for uwamono thing here. So this, click this. You see wall 1, and you can even set it to a metal type, so you will crash into a metal wall if you crash into any of this, right? Any of this is like now a metal wall. Like anything that's using this material right now is now a metal wall. Once you're done editing this, you're just gonna press the little X button here. Yeah, this is not gonna unsave your progress, as you can see it was doing it right there. And then just press save as or save, and then just overwrite the old KCL if you want, and just hit save. I'm just gonna cancel, and then just close this little like empty window here, and then we're gonna replace our old KCL with the one that we just edited. So we're just gonna find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. So you're just gonna double click it, and it's gonna override it, right? So now the last thing that you need to do is find this BCMDL, and you don't have one yet, so that's fine, right? So you're just gonna go to New from File, Nintendo 3DS plugin, CTR graphics, and just click the CTR graphics. Now you're gonna take the one with the roof, or the one that you used to edit the entire time. So the people that used the roof on their track and removed it, you're gonna need to use the object with the roof and click it. And now you want to make sure that this is the exact same name as the track here, right? So we use this one. This is the BCMDL that we use for this. So we just rename it, copy the entire name, right? So just copy all of this. It's gonna be different for all of you because you might have used a different base for the track. And just copy the name of the file, except BCMDL, of course, in here. And that's gonna make this. And now just hit save as, and now just type BCMDL, and now you can just save this as untitled, or name it whatever you want, and just close it. Now we're gonna open this file with CTR Studio, and now we have our track here. As you can see, there's a bunch of holes in the track, and like this is not there and stuff, so it's incorrectly textured. We're just gonna fix that real quick. Not all of it might be incorrectly textured for you, but I'm just gonna try to set things to its correct thing, right? So if you have like these 2D objects that have like a black outline around it, just find the object that you want to make transparent, click rendering, go here and just put it as transparent. It will just be transparent now. The background should be removed. Let's just set our lane here, right? So this lane texture, you don't need to do any of this because it's just me who has this. Yeah, it's a little glitched because yeah, I didn't import this other file, but I just want to make sure that my texture is set correctly. Same with this one. You can edit the model in here if you think it looks kind of weird. If your model is like incorrectly with textures, you can go here and just set this to mirror mirror, or like repeat, you know, just mess around with these settings to make sure you have like the correct settings you want. I'm just going to go over this very briefly because it's different for everybody, and questions may also be asked in like the server below. So yeah, this is probably one of the difficult parts, or not so difficult parts, but depending on like what you want in your track, like animations here, because I saw someone porting this track before. This little screen has like a Formula 1 car just like rolling its wheels over here, so that's fun. Once you're done, just go to File and hit Save, right? I'm just gonna close this because I don't care about saving it. And now we're gonna go back into our little SCS file. Now we're going to right click and press replace. Of course, find the one that is a BCMDL, of course, so make sure this is the BCMDL, not anything else. Find the one that you just edited, right? And just hit replace. Boom. Alright, so now you're done for your first test. Do save, right? Because you need to obviously have this file that you opened copied in here, so you can have like the older one. Yeah, whatever. You need to just make sure that you can always have the base again so you can work on it. Just make sure that you have a backup if you want. Now, it's not really important, but you could have it and everything. So just make sure you can find back where it is. Just hit save now. And now you're done. So if you want to test this in CDGP, I'm going to show you how to do this as well. So we're going to go to our Citra. We're going to go to CDGP first because we want to test it there first, right? Open mods location. So right click, open mods location. It's going to be in Dutch, so I'm sorry. Then it's going to open up this folder. You just want to go back to Citra, right? These directories are going to be here. Just press Citra and then go to this folder called SDMC. And you're going to click CDGP7, My Stuff, Courses, and now you're going to be here, right? So I already have a cup here with a custom track inside that I made yesterday, which I was talking about. Like, if you did everything correctly, it should be like this, right? So you're just going to go in here, make a new folder, call this folder whatever you want, like I did right here, and place a track that you just made in here, like so. And just go and boot up your CDGP, and it should be there. Now for default Mario Kart, we're just going to do that as well, because this one is a little more basic. We're just going to go into this folder, and there should be nothing there if you have never done this before, so this folder shouldn't be there. If it's not there, just create it. ROMFS, if it's not there, create it as well. Course, and then just place it in here. Remember, make these if they're not there, right? So you're just going to place it inside of the course. Make sure this C is a cap, because it's cap sensitive, right? So make sure you put this inside of the course file. Alright, so now you install your track in here. Boom. Now I'm just going to show y'all what my track looks like. It's going to have 2 windows, so I use this for my streaming setup and, you know, my gameplay videos and stuff. So I'm just going to actually take Grand Prix to see, to let you guys see how I did it, right? This tutorial is of course like very difficult, and for many people it's like very hard to understand. I forgot what track I replaced with this. Oh wait, I remember now. It was GBA Bowser Castle. I'm used to testing this on CDGP. I need to use time trials for me so I can easily get to it. Right, so there you go. This is on vanilla, right? So you just take the track that you replaced, because this is what I mean with taking a track that you want to replace by default. Yeah, just find the one that you want. Alright, so now we have our custom track here. Boom. Yeah, just gonna do the full round real quick, a full lap, so just so you guys can see this unreleased track, which I'm also gonna release by this time the video is this video is up, right? So here we go. We're just gonna go up. And I don't really care about using my mushrooms, I just want to show you all the track. Looks pretty epic. Might be pretty boring to some of you because it's just like pretty plain and it's just going into turns and going straight a bit. So yeah, that is what my track looks like. And this is another one from the slot car racing, right? So I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope I helped y'all out. Make sure to ask any questions if you have them in the server or in the comment section down below. See you all in the next time. Peace.
I'm Strikey. Sorry if my English isn't very good. I'm not a native English speaker. As you can see in the bottom right corner of my windows. In this part of the tutorial, we will learn how to make a custom minimap for your custom tracks for Mario Kart 7. So first, what tool will be needed to accomplish this? We will need 3 main software, such as EveryFileExplorer to open the file of our track and extract what we need. We will need this software, Kukki, part of the kuriimu project, to edit the map and import them into the file, and then KMPExpander to edit the map of the track, so the map can be correctly scaled when playing. And we will need, of course, the file of the track. So maybe this file isn't the one used in the rest of the tutorial, but it's the same process. So first, drag and drop the track into EveryFileExplorer, and then find the file of the file, but the extension isn't SZS, it's BCMDL. So let's find out. It's this file. Double click, and then you will see that this is our track, and then click on the leaf icon to export the file into the OBJ format, then save. Our track is now here. We will need to export also these two map file and the UI map pose.bin. So export, and then we have all the file that we need to create the minimap. So we will need to access the road to make the minimap. So to access the road, we will need to look if there is no ceiling or stuff that can like be on top of the road. So to do that, I will import the OBJ of the file into my software of choice to make models, SketchUp. Then here we can see that there is a ceiling that is like blocking us for seeing this part, because we will make a screenshot of the minimap. So first I will delete this stuff using the eraser.
A few moments later.
Now that the ceiling is completely removed and that we can see the track, there is things that I maybe destroyed, so let's fix that.
One eternity later.
Alright, I have now fixed the model, and now I will save this as a SketchUp file, because I can't export this as OBJ again with it, and I'm gonna save this and save all texture to OBJ. Now in KMPExpander, go to Tool, OBJ Manager, load OBJ, and select the newest OBJ you have made to get the view of the road, or just select your OBJ if you can already see the road. Then close this window, and here is the map. So we will need to take a screenshot of the map. So I will expand this and take a screenshot of it. I'm using Shift, Windows, and the S key together to take a screenshot of an area of my window. Then using Kukki, I'm gonna select this map right here, and I'm gonna export this map in the desktop as a PNG file, and I'm gonna open this with my software of choice, paint.net, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna edit this to be like a map. Okay.
Tomorrow.
I have edited the map to look like a really nice map. I'm gonna erase that layer. I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna grab this tool and take like this part right here. I'm gonna Control C, erase all, and then Control V, and I'm gonna save as another file. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag and drop this here and then save. Hit the save button. And as it's a long process to save this image, I'm gonna open another instance of Kukki, and I'm gonna open this map and export this map as a PNG file. Open it with still paint.net, and I'm gonna take this and maybe and place it right here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then erase some parts that we don't need. You can use like plugins to make this a bit more beautiful, and then I'm gonna make it full white. I'm gonna apply a tiny effect, and I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna drag and drop this one, and it's save again. So save. Now that this is all save, I will now open with file KMPExpander. I'm gonna open the UI map pose. So this is the position of the map on the interface. And then what I'm gonna do is to load with the UI map pose in the tool tab. I'm gonna load the PNGs of the map that I've made to place the map in the model, to save the map's position to the UI map pose, so the game will know exactly how it can place the map and where the players and the AI will be on the map and minimap while playing. So I'm gonna go to load the local one is the detailed one, but as you can see, if we open this, we cannot clearly see the road, so we cannot easily place this on the surface. So that's why I've made this version, and then you're gonna use this to place this on the map. So if you want, you can like change the color to like something like white. It could be useful. So I'm gonna load this, and it's a lot easier to place this on the map. And there you go. So if now I load this map, you will see that it is perfectly aligned. And now I will unload the local map, and then I will load the global map, which is this one. And I'm gonna grab these now and change it to the size of the map. So, and now that these match up, I'm gonna go to file and then save UI map pose. UI map pose, sorry, and then we can close all that. Go back to EveryFileExplorer. We can replace the UI map pose with hour. All right, this is the first. So we have the first and the 2 and the second one. So replace with the first one, and then replace with the second one, and you can hit save, and there you go. You have made the minimap of your track, a custom minimap for your track. I will now give back the control of this video to Mario Kart Wii Mods. So bye bye everyone.